Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'm going to list off my top smartphone picks from the price range of rupees 10,000 to 20,000. I did a similar video about 3 months ago and quite a few of you liked it, and still I get a request every day suggesting you what are my smartphone picks from rupees 10,000 to 20,000. And again, things have changed a little bit in the past 3 months, so I'm going to give you my top picks from the range of rupees 10,000 to 20,000. But before that, as you can see, this wall, you look at it, it looks actually pretty different. And again, you see that pattern. This is actually done by Role Play Wall Fashion. This is by Asian Paints. I have teamed up with them, and they gave me an option of this one. As you can see, it spiced up my wall quite a bit, and you can also get it done. And this is known as the Role Play Wall Fashion. And now, as you can see, let's start with the price range of for about 10,000, and then we'll move up to 20,000. And the first smartphone that I have, and I know this is pretty popular, and now it's a little bit on the older side. It's launched quite more than 6 months ago, and that is the Redmi Note 4. And it comes in actually multiple variants. Yes, you get it even for the 10,000 price point, but that comes with just 2 gigabytes of RAM. I would suggest that add 1,000 rupees more and go with the 11,000 rupees variant that comes with 32 GB of internal storage and 3 gigabytes of RAM. And this phone is actually pretty good because it runs on the Snapdragon 625 chipset. I also like the fact that the battery life on this smartphone is actually very good. Negative aspect about this phone is that the camera actually struggles in indoor lighting condition. Again guys, let's be real, there is no phone actually, even in the premium segment, that gets everything right. So there is obviously a pro and a con with every device. So I'll highlight some of the big pros and cons, but again, if you want the in-depth review, I have already reviewed these devices. Again, I'll leave the links in the YouTube description area for more info. Okay, next, this is a controversial one, and I would not recommend it to everyone unless if you are a very advanced user. But I know there are some advanced users that watch my video. So if you are that kind of a person on a very tight budget, you don't want to spend a lot, at rupees 10,200, I was just checking, I think so this was at Amazon, the Lenovo Z2 Plus is available for 10,200. And yes, I would say it's a very good phone in terms of specifications. You're getting the Snapdragon 820 chipset, but again, as I've mentioned regarding updates, it's very dicey with this Lenovo Z2. So I would not recommend you this phone if you're sort of a normal user. But if you're a very advanced user, you're comfortable custom ROMs and stuff, then certainly you can have a look at the same. Again, check out my in-depth review for more info. Now moving to about 11,000 rupees, and if you want that dual camera thing, the Lenovo K8 Plus. Do note, this is the Lenovo K8 Plus. Here I have this one. This is not the K8 Note. K8 Plus. If you want that dual camera thing, this works well on this. So if you want a camera-centric phone with that portrait effect and stuff, this is a nice one. It's having a small screen that is a 5.2-inch screen. The battery life is actually good on this. It's okay performance, but it's running on a MediaTek chipset. But the camera was good, and in fact, it is very strange that if you use that portrait mode or the depth effect on this one, it works a lot faster in processing compared to even the Moto G5S Plus. So if you like the Lenovo brand and you want that dual camera thing, I would say you can have a look. Good thing is the camera is actually good enough, I would say, and even the battery life was actually good, and it also has those Theater Max and stuff like that. So if you're into that, this is a decent one. Next is again a camera-centric phone, and I would say in this price range, this is the pick I would say if you are a camera-centric person, if you take a lot of static pictures. This is the Honor 6X, and this one also has that dual camera setup. And in fact, I would say in terms of static pictures, this is the best option that you can get as of now. The pictures that you take are actually very good, but in terms of video, it's sort of weak. The stabilization is actually not good on this one. The battery life has been good, and overall performance is also very good. So if you want a very camera-centric smartphone, this is the Honor 6X, and you get this in 2 variants, I would say. For the 32 GB variant, this is available for 12,000. I think that the 64 GB variant is actually a lot expensive, almost 15,000, so I wouldn't recommend that. But for 12,000, this 32 GB variant of the Honor 6X is a very good buy if you want a camera is your highest priority. Also, battery life was good on this. Now this is specifically, I don't recommend it highly, but I know some people prefer a Samsung phone. So if you really want a Samsung specific phone, then you can look at the Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime. This variant is for 12,000, but this variant has only 16 GB of internal storage. Battery life has been good on that phone, and yeah, it's a Samsung phone, so you're paying a premium, but I know many people want that Samsung phone. We also have this J7 Prime with higher storage capacity, but I feel that is way expensive. That was almost 14,500 or something last time I checked. So for 12,000, if you really want that Samsung branding, you can go with the Galaxy J7 Prime, but I really hate the fact that it comes with only 16 GB of internal storage. And here is another phone, I almost missed this one. This is the Lenovo P2, and I would suggest this smartphone for people whom battery life is the most important part. And the price of this one has actually fallen. I'm just looking at it at Flipkart right now. You can get the 32 GB variant now for 13,500, and for that price I would say if battery life is your highest concern, you should go with this phone, because the battery life is sort of insane. It can easily last over 2.5 days per charge, and again it is running on the Snapdragon 625 chipset, so the general performance of the phone is also actually very good, and it actually comes with the AMOLED screen. Moving to the weakness, I would say the weak part about this smartphone is that the camera is just average. It's not bad, it's not terrible, but it's just average. Now next I have is this Mi A1, and this is available for 15,000. We just have one variant of this one. Runs on the Snapdragon 625 chipset. In fact, it's Android One device, so it's indirectly backed by Google, so you will be getting Android updates on this. Even Android O will come to this, and monthly Android security updates we are getting. And this also has that dual camera setup, and it also has that telephoto lens like the iPhone 7 Plus or even the OnePlus 5. So one is a regular one, and second is a telephoto, so you also get that bokeh effects and stuff with this one. And I also like the fact that it has very good battery life. The build quality is actually good, and if you're a sort of a music person, listen to a lot of music with headphones, go with this one. I would say the headphone output is the best I have seen in this price range period. It even competes with some of the higher end smartphones in terms of headphone output. So if music is your highest priority from the headphone jack, then go with this one. The negative is that, again, though it has that dual camera setup, but in artificial and low lighting conditions, the camera tends to actually struggle a bit. Also, I like the fact that in video it can record both up to 1080p and even 4K. So at 15,000 rupees, this is a very good choice in my opinion. Again, check out my full in-depth review for detailed pros and cons. The next is, if you like Motorola phones, then we have the Moto G5S Plus, not the Moto G5S Plus, and this one is also having that dual camera setup, and this also comes with 64 GB internal storage and 4 GB of RAM, and this is priced at 16,000 rupees. Overall, the performance is good on this one also, because this is also running on the Snapdragon 625 with chipset, and the camera is actually slightly better than the Mi A1 in artificial and indoor lighting conditions. But again, it does not, the second lens is not a zoom lens like the Mi A1, and also it can do that portrait mode and the depth effects with the second camera. But what I noticed is that if you use that depth effect or the portrait effect with this one, it takes about almost 5 to 6 seconds to process those photographs. So for portrait mode, definitely the Mi A1 is a lot better. I like the build quality of this one, and it's overall a nice phone. It also has fast charging, and it also comes with the bundled fast charger, so it charges actually very quickly. But the con with general Motorola phones is that yes, it will get the Android updates, and this will also get the Android Oreo update, but in terms of monthly security updates, Motorola has slowed down quite a bit. So don't expect every month that you'll get monthly security updates. But overall, this is also a very nice phone. In fact, many people ask me which is a better one, the Mi A1 or the Moto G5S Plus. In fact, I've made a separate video, almost about a 15-minute video, where I compare these two phones. So check out that and decide which one is important for you. Overall, both of them are good phones, but each of them has their different strengths according to me. Now, next phone that I have is, I don't have it right now, but I have its earlier version, that is the Mi Max 2 is the one that I'm recommending. This is the Mi Max 1 I have, but you can get the Mi Max 2 now for 15,000 rupees. But for 15,000 rupees, guys, you'll be getting the 32 GB variant. They also have the 64 GB variant that comes with I think so 4 GB RAM and stuff, but that is priced at 17,000. I think so the 15,000 rupees variant one is more than enough, and it's a phablet device. Just like this, it has a 6.4 inch screen. So I personally use this one as a mini tablet, guys. I use this one. If you've seen my videos, I often use this. So this is my mini tablet, and the Mi Max 2 actually improves upon this. The Mi Max 2 is slightly narrower. They have actually toned down, it made it more curvier, so it's slightly easier to hold than this one. And the biggest second thing is that it comes with dual speakers, the Mi Max 2. So for watching a lot of video and stuff, it is great. And also the battery life has also improved. The battery life is insane on the Mi Max 2. So if you're looking for a phablet size of a device, very big, 6.4 inches, go with the Mi Max 2. The 15,000 rupees variant, I feel, is very well priced. Now, if you want a really camera-centric smartphone, then we have the Honor 9i, and this is available for 18,000 rupees. Just last week I posted its review, and this one actually has 4 cameras. Yes, 4 cameras. It's 2 at the back and 2 at the front. And this is the only phone in this segment that can do even portrait photography with the front-facing camera. And I would say it has got the best front-facing camera that I have tested. So if you take a lot of selfies and stuff, I would say go with this one. It has that dual front-facing camera, and it works actually. And the rear-facing camera is also actually very good. As for static pictures, I would say among all these smartphones, the best camera, I would say, but only for static pictures, not for video. For some reason, this can shoot video only up to 1080p, and also that 1080p video, the stabilization is not that good. So I would say another thing that I really like with this phone is, look at it, it is having a 5.9 inch screen, but even though it is having that 5.9 inch screen, it is very easy to hold, and that is due to the fact that the screen ratio is the new form factor, like what we get in the Galaxy S8 Plus, etc. That is 18:9. Hence, though it is having that 5.9 inch screen, also it is easier to hold. So I would say if you want that modern screen design and camera is your highest priority for static pictures, then you can certainly have a look at this one. But I don't like the fact that there is no fast charging on this one. That is one of the biggest cons that I've noticed with this one. So again, check out my full review for in-depth pros and cons about this one. So at 18,000, if camera is your highest priority, a stylish phone in the 18:9 aspect ratio, this would be my choice. And lastly, if you are a Apple lover, people still ask me about iPhone 5s. Don't buy the iPhone 5s. It is outdated, guys. If you really want an iPhone under 20,000, now the iPhone SE is available for 19,000. It has a 4-inch screen. It has the Touch ID, that is fingerprint scanner. And now you're getting this one with 32 GB of internal storage. And this one is having the Apple A9 chip. That's a dual-core chip. So it still works very well. So if you're looking for an iPhone under 20,000 rupees and you want that small compact form factor, you can definitely go with the iPhone SE. So these were the 11 smartphones picks that I have currently as of end of October, are between the price range of about 10,000 to 20,000. So I hope this video was helpful. There are some new phones in the price bracket of 20 to 30,000 launching next month. So if you guys want I should make a smartphone pick guide in the price range of about 20 to 40,000, do let me know. I'll try to do that next month. So again, if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.